Kicking it raw. It's your
What's
girl
up?
Danielle.
And it's your girl D.
And y'all already know it's your girl, Miss Tamika. And this is a platform for both men and women to come together, baby, where we always keep it real and raw.
And as always, this is a judgment-free zone. Any negativity of any kind, you will be deleted and blocked.
That's the here on Kicking It Raw every other Saturday at 10:30 sharp. We always talk about the realest and the rawest things. We are real authentic in whether it's about family, politics, sex education, sexual development, you name it, we speak on it. And we always want to hear your opinion as well.
Yes, and like Miss Danielle stated, if you are new here, show us some love or follow our page. Go ahead and like, comment, hashtag raw, subscribe to our YouTube channel, baby. You don't want to miss everything that the ladies of Raw have coming up, okay?
Yes, exactly.
And it's Saturday. How y'all ladies and gents feeling tonight?
It is Saturday.
It's the weekend. Guess what? We made it through the week. It
We
was
sure did.
It was a tough week for me mentally, y'all. Like,
Yes.
for real.
It
Mentally,
was.
it was really draining for me. Physically, I was okay, but mentally, it just exhausted me so bad. But guess what? I enjoyed my weekend, and there's still more to come, okay?
Exactly.
So enjoy it. Enjoy
Live,
yourself.
laugh, learn. That's all you can do in this lifetime, and be at the
Yes.
best peace that you can possibly be.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. I had a good week as well. It was a
Ooh,
little long.
okay.
It seemed like it took the week a little bit, tiptoe past a little bit this week. But other than that, it was still a good week, y'all.
Yes.
Yes, at the end of the day, whether you, like Miss Danielle said, you are struggling throughout the week, as long as you get up, keep pushing and trying, baby. That's all we can do, one day at a time. But
One day
I
at a
don't
time.
know who's on tonight or who's going to do tonight or joining from the side, but we do send our love and blessings to everyone, okay?
Love.
Like we said, enjoy your weekend, keep taking care of yourself, and
Yes.
put yourself first, baby. Kings and queens,
Yes,
wear those
exactly.
crowns and be who you meant to be.
Exactly.
Okay?
So we're going to go ahead and jump into tonight's topic. We are going to be
Real
discussing...
quick, can we just get a bounce for the viewers real quick? Let's bounce on them. Ooh, bounce on them. Ooh, bounce,
Let me do
bounce,
it.
bounce, bounce. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay.
Why we
I just said to get a bounce real quick.
Why we bouncing?
Why not? Why not get them some? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just bouncing for you, all
Right.
right? Bounce with us, say. One more time.
Oh, 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 oh.
Yes, it
To the
is.
right. Oh, oh, oh. To the left. Oh, oh, oh. I didn't see she getting me started.
I had shoulder lean in there.
All right now. All right.
So, Miss D, gonna go ahead and take us away from tonight's topic. Please remember, this is a judgment-free zone and a safe space. Hashtag judgment-free zone. Hashtag safe space. Let's
Right.
get into it.
Yes. So tonight we'll be talking about something that is a big part of a lot of our lives in this day and age, which is social media. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody got social media of some sort, some type. There's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, IG, Twitter, all that. The list go on. So, as you all know, with social media, it comes with some good pros and some cons. As basically what we're going to speak about tonight, like the pros and the cons, what you like about social media and the things you don't like, and the effects it really just has on our lives today. Like, because social media, let's be honest, has a huge effect on our lives, like a lot of people's lives on a day-to-day.
Mm-hmm.
But
So.
does it? See, y'all see? Does it? Does social media really have an effect on our lives, or just some people's lives? We're going to get into it.
Yes, yes. So, let's kick it off.
Let's kick it
Some
off.
pros and cons of social media. And Ms. Danielle, you want to say some of your pros and cons tonight?
No, we want to go ahead and let you kick it off. Kill
You
it.
want me to- my
Yeah.
pros and cons. For me, I'll go down the pros first. To me, the good things about social media is I feel like it's an outlet where you can be you, express yourself freely and things of that nature. I also feel like it's a good way to get in touch with family members, friends from high school, whatever, elementary, like reconnect and have long distance friendships and stuff when you don't have that person physically there, and you can meet new people also.
Right.
And then also, like if you're a business or anything like that,
Whoop, whoop.
Social media
Entrepreneurship.
influencers.
Bah, 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 bah.
Or you make money from
Yeah,
social media.
social
or-
media, business. It's a good way to promote, get yourself out there, branding and things of that nature. It
It
comes with
is.
a lot of good things, but some of the cons is the relationship issues. Like it can cause issues in relationships and things. The drama, the messiness with it, the bullying. Oh my goodness, the list go on and on. Like I said, bullying, the cheating, things like that. And then there's also predators out there for like the younger kids out here on it, and even for adults and things like that. Like it's a lot of negatives that also come with social media, in my eyes.
Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tap into this, okay? Because it seemed like
Tap in.
she got her point, but she still needs some time to reflect on it.
Right.
I gotta get straight into it, and
Right.
we're gonna come back to her. So when I think about the pros of social media, I think about family, friends, connections, love. I think about growing in a successful way, building something major. I could keep going on and on, but when I hear the pros of social media, for me, I instantly just look at my business because we are entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. So my pro for someone else, it might not be a pro for social media. They might just look at it completely like it's, if I wasn't a business owner or entrepreneur, would I really look at it as
Right.
a pro? Y'all get what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So I feel like this is really an open conversation tonight where people will be able to balance out what's really for them with social media and what's not. And I feel like the reason why social media is for me is because I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a business owner. I literally rarely ever be on my regular page. I'm literally always on my business page. And when I am on my regular page, it's just a quick scroll or a quick, like reaction. I might post something for my business or just post me here and there. But the pro for me is that I get to be successful and build something major, right in the foundation of a platform that was here that's growing here. So the
Right.
good thing about it is that I'm advancing off of social media. I'm not losing anything. I'm actually gaining.
Right.
Now the cons that I see is the constant negativity. Somebody always fighting, somebody always recording something. There's no privacy. It's none. You gotta record your kids. You gotta record your relationship. You gotta record your new job. You gotta record your new job. Like you gotta record everything. It's no privacy. I'm big on privacy, so that does not work with me. Also, it's a lot of negativity. People bashing each other, people judging each other.
Yeah.
It's just so negative. And then it gets to the point where you delete this person, you delete, you block, you delete, and it's like, damn, how much more blocking and deleting can a person do? So it just starts to get where this is a negative space for me, and it's starting to mess with me mentally. So then, and then it also makes people think that they're not worthy. You got people out here posting stuff 24/7 and trying to be something they're not, or basically making other people feel like if you don't have this, then you ain't gonna be this,
Right.
or you're not worthy of something. And it's like then people reflect their life on how they think their life should be based off of social media. So it's a lot of cons for me. And if it comes to me, I would say my main con, because we're going to touch about a lot, but my main
Right.
con with social media is the pure hate and negativity for me. And I'm going to let Ms. Danielle take the floor, and I got more to say, but...
Right.
Miss Danielle, before you go past speak on
No,
it,
go
just-
ahead. Go ahead.
And I like when
Speak
you
on it.
spoke on us being entrepreneurs and us being
Correct.
pro funds. But it's crazy because, some business owners actually might look at marketing on social media as a con because of that negative feedback and stuff. Like some people, like you gotta be thick-skinned on
Right.
social media. Like you have
So
to have
true.
thick skin to be able to handle it because social media will say anything out their mouth. And some businesses don't
Don't
want it because they can't handle that and don't want to see that feedback because
Right.
social media will tear you apart and can't handle it.
Social media is some shit. Like, for real. Social media
Yeah.
is some shit. If you don't know that as an adult, then I don't know where you've been. Or maybe your viewpoint on social media is just, it's not that tormented to your mental in your life. So you might look at it like, I don't look at it that deep. You know what I'm saying? Some people really might not. But when you constantly you know, in that place of elevation and growth, and you're seeing so much negativity 24/7, and it's starting to affect you mentally, it's like, bruh, this is not safe. This is not a good place for me to be in. Constantly picking up my phone and seeing unlimited negativity and just drama and hate. It doesn't sit well with me. I'm speaking for myself, but I want to let Miss Danielle talk because we're going to connect more because I got some questions for y'all too.
Yeah, so when I think about social media, I really think it depends on who is on social media and how they're using the social media, okay? That's very important because, you know, if you're a business owner, 9 times out of 10, unless it's friends and family or closest friends, you're going to have business individuals on your social media. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to, most likely, you're going to be positive. If you have that positive podcast or, you know, outlook about things, you know, I know everybody runs their social media different and, you know, have different aims to how they operate and, you know, because that's their business. But I really think it just depends on who's on social media and how they're using their platform.
That's how I feel.
You know, because you, like they said, you can use it as a negative way and you can use it as a positive way, and it can be used against you in a negative way, and it can be used against you in a positive way. It can go both ends, but I will say that it is a thin line between the positive and the negative, because you can be all on the positive side one end and then turn around, something happen, and now, you know, you're getting dragged all over social media, and it's just like, ooh. And I think both of them, the positive and the negative ends of them, take a toll of your life in some way, shape, or form. You know, the positive, of course, is going to lift you up and bring you joy and everything. But also, when you think about the positive, it makes you kind of like have a dart on your back. Because you like, okay, I got to stay this way. I got to keep aiming at this because this is what I am labeled as out on the platform. You know, with the negative, you know, it's always something on a dart on your back too, because, you know, well, this person is that person, so it's hard for you to get away from that if that is your objective, you know. So it's a lot of tricky things when it comes to, and you know, being on social media, having a platform, or just using it personally. It's a lot of things that goes to it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you talked about that, because a lot of people do, like, if they portray themselves on social media a certain way, if they switch, like, even if they're just elevating and changing as a person, since they've been like this way for so long on social media, if they start changing even a little bit, people do bash them, or they get bashed on social media, or it's like social media, I guess you would call it a war, especially in like the comment section. People will be bashing that person, or anything, like any little thing on social media can cause a negative backlash.
Right, and also dealing with social media, a lot of people feel like that they know you. You don't know the person because they're on social media.
That is the one.
That is the mother one. You only know what that person allows you to see, okay?
That's it.
Just because you see this person having fun on the platform don't mean that this person is like that in real personal life with their personal family, or vice versa of anything. So I think a big thing with social media is that people think they judge, and they think that they know you. They think that they know everybody that's on social media. They think that they know you, or just because they might have had a piece of part of your life, maybe went to school with you or whatever, you know, they just feel like they know you, and that's not the case. And I think that also plays a role in the positive and negative outlook on social media, is that people are always judging or thinking that they are a part of your life, or knowing you. Yes, as supporters, fans, whatever, you are a part of someone's life that's a social media influencer or whatever, in a way, in a big major way. But you don't know that person unless you truly personally know that person, you know? And so I think that also plays a role, and I think that plays a big role in a lot of influencers' lives.
I love that. I love what you said. And I just want to add something to this. I feel like with social media, sorry, it's coming to me. It was right there. Yeah, it was right there. It's coming. It's gonna come back to me. I'm gonna let Miss D speak. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all. But y'all both brought up like a lot of the biggest major pros and cons. And I just want to ask, because it's another big part of social media, plays a big part in relationships. How do y'all feel like social media is in relationships? Me personally, I feel like social
don't get me
media
started.
in a relationship is a huge con. Like, I feel like it causes a lot of negativity.
A lot of friction that's not even
Like,
needed.
It causes insecurities. I mean, it definitely makes it, if cheating wise, social media plays a huge part in cheating.
It's so easy to cheat.
And infidelity.
It's so
Like,
easy.
Before social media, it was difficult to cheat. Well, not difficult, but it wasn't as freely and accessible. Like, you could go cheat
It's
with
right
somebody
at your fingertips.
in Tennessee
You
now.
can literally, yes, it's easy. Like, it's all over the world. We all over the world with social media. So all it takes is a like and an inbox. And that quick, it's over. Your
Mhm.
relationship could be affected by you having just one day, on a Monday, you having an issue with your man. And all it takes is somebody to inbox you. And you reply. That one reply turned into you venting. Now you dealing with her. And your woman, you having a bad day with your woman, and it's this girl on social media, body banging, boobs, thighs, sitting right, and she inboxing you like, "What's good?"
And she
You
posted
having a
all
hard
the
time with
photos.
your girl. You go over here. The temptation is 10 times worse.
Right,
I agree.
And
It's so easy to get another piece of something
It
from
is.
social media.
It is.
I could be mad at my man right now, and all I gotta do is post a pic and it's up. And heck, you ain't even gotta post a pic.
No.
They, what's up, boo? Where you at, babe?
Right,
all
right.
this-
Let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, there's people already inboxing anyway, and then you
It's
have
sick.
a hard day, and you like, F him.
I'ma
Who
just
in
go
my
ahead and
inbox?
reply to all
Not
these.
even, not even
Yeah.
that. Not even if a lot of people don't even reply to people. It's
Me?
just the fact that you are sitting there inboxing someone that you don't know what their situation is.
That's
They could
my
be in a
problem.
relationship.
That's
They could
my
be chilling
problem.
with their partner or whatever. Here you go out the blue. Anybody checking for your ass?
I ain't checking for you. I haven't talked to you. I don't even know
Inboxing
you.
somebody.
Some of these people we don't even know.
Right.
Now
Then you
I
go
gotta
inboxing.
argue with my dude.
Yeah, over,
You
yeah.
got an inbox
That ain't even
from somebody you don't even know who it is.
And they not
You
gonna
like,
believe
what?
that. They gonna be like, oh,
Yeah,
well, why they
so-
feel so comfortable to contact
Exactly.
you. So
Exactly.
it's a lot. Just like us women, we see something on our man's phone. So who is this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she just randomly
Yeah,
contacted me.
randomly.
But really, it's true.
Right.
It really happens all the time. And it's like, well,
And
slow
I think people
down.
need to start having respect for themselves.
Yeah,
I really feel like a lot of people that do that, they don't have respect for themselves. Because if you did, you wouldn't be sitting there
Randomly inboxing
Especially if you are known that they are in a relationship or whatever the case
Well, I
may
just
be.
feel like
whatever.
attempt, me personally, I feel like attempt with caution, okay?
Right.
Because you don't know who's in a relationship
Right.
at all. And
Or dealing with
even
someone.
when I have talked to guys, you know what I'm saying? When they hitting me up, I don't even reply. Now, if I know you and we cool, I still attempt with cautious because what's going on here? You just don't
Right,
know.
right.
And I don't want to be in the mix of no mess. I don't want nobody to be in the mix of mine. So it's like, let's be respectful. It's big on respect. You just message to somebody talking about some, hey boo, hey babe, what's up with you? Like, it's too much. And then it's a lot of other inappropriate things I will not speak upon because it's like, whoa, like now you really ruining somebody's foundation. And people be like, oh, you can't break something that's strong. It's not about that.
Yeah, it's not
It
about
has nothing
that.
to do with that because somebody can have a strong foundation and that one message could really trickle
Can
a
rock
whole
the foundation.
Yeah, so it's like, no, we're not gonna do that.
And also, I just want to address another issue with relationships and social media that don't get addressed. A lot of people also invite people to disrespect their relationship or basically give them that initiative to come in when people are constantly, if you notice, a lot of people are constantly on their Facebook or whatever social media, and they're always publicizing when they're going through something in their relationship, like every other week or something like that. Like, you're letting somebody who's already preying on your downfall or wanting you they know now she having issues with her man or he having issues with his woman. Now I can slide into the DM. Let me go ahead and be that shoulder for her to cry on, or for him to cry on, or lean on, and listen and add that support. And then you telling them what he lacking in the relationship, so they know what to come forward with now, because they got the tools like, oh, he ain't paying no attention, he ain't whining and dining. Okay, let me come in and do this.
Right.
Like,
I also feel like, not to cut you off, I also feel like when it comes to social media, it has to be two strong-minded individuals who have a lot of growth and maturity. Because if your mate is on social media just like you, they know before they got with you how the inboxes was, and the inboxes still might be booming. And they know, you know how your inboxes was, and they might still be booming. So I feel like just because I'm with you don't mean my shit's still not gonna be booming.
Right.
You just gotta trust me and understand what you got, and I gotta trust you and understand what I got.
Right.
It takes two strong individuals to be in a foundation like that. And I also feel like it's okay for mates to both agree we don't need social media. But I also feel like, don't say you don't need social media because of your mate. Really do that because you don't want to do that.
Exactly. I definitely agree.
But what I was going to say, I remembered, is that social media has transitioned the world, right?
It
has
definitely
transitioned the world. It has changed the world a lot, and a big difference. And like we said, it's some for the good, some for the bad.
More
But-
ways for technology to talk to your
Correct.
doctors.
It's so
look up health
much.
stuff, like so much, so many good things social media has.
It is, and like social media has transitioned to the world to where they feel like they have to wear a certain thing, they have to be a certain way, they have to fit in with a certain crowd. They like it's sickening, and it's also really sad. And it's like everybody is trying to fit in somewhere on social media instead of just being free and being them. And I think it also comes with a lot of judgment. People don't want to be judged. It's just a whole list of things. I feel like for me, social media is more of, before I became a business owner, social media was very toxic for me. It was a very mental thing where it was like, oh my gosh, this was draining me of the negativity. Now that God has blessed us to be in a business, I don't even look at social media like that. So Miss Danielle was right, because I literally look at social media for business purposes only. Literally, I'm not on there in the drama. I'm not in the mess. I'm not feeding into none of this nonsense. I don't care. Like, I literally surpass it. And like I said, we're usually on our business page. Our business page is positive. Anything negative, you're deleting the block. So we don't even have to deal with all that. So I say this to say this. Everybody's not an entrepreneur, right? Everybody's not a business owner. We get it. Everybody don't want to be, okay? That's not my point here. My point is even if you are on social media and you're dealing with the mental of it, you're dealing with all the issues, take time to yourself. Some days you got to go ghost off social media for a couple weeks. It's okay to miss the negativity, the drama, the action. Honestly, it's not feeding your soul, it's degrading your soul.
Right. And it's
So,
going to be there.
yeah, it's going. Where is it going? Where is it going?
that's why I've noticed
It ain't going nowhere. Take some time to yourself, your mental. Your thoughts are important, okay?
Especially if you
It's
so
very important.
wound up in that, you know. Like, you know, take a break.
And it's easy to get wound up in it because you're like, oh girl, who in love?
Right.
Girl, did you see so and so? Like,
Right.
it's literally like that. And it's like, nah, I'm glad that I haven't had to deal with that in years. Shout out to Raw RAW.
You know, like we do know the social media influencers, you know, Mr. and Mrs. The Truth, you know,
Yes.
you know, I do follow them. I think they are great influencers in regards to what they do in their businesses. But if you don't know the situation, you can check it
It's
out
on
yourself.
here, yeah.
But you just see how it transpired from this great outlook and now the outlook that they have now. You know, it's the kind of been, how do you say it, the flip flop, as you would say.
Completely turned
you know.
into a negative outlook.
Right.
Like,
And it's just so much with that situation. And I wish the best for them, but it's like when you're on social media, like I said, people think they know you. So everybody is commenting on this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like you really can't go into hiding, especially when you're that into the social media.
When you are It doesn't matter what you do, whether you're an influencer, you're an actor, you're a rapper, singer. Once you're in the public eye in that way, okay, it's like a certain image, right? And once something comes out and it's not of what everybody is viewing, it then ruffles some feathers. It then stirs up the pot. It causes chaos. And I feel like some things are just not for social media. Now, when it comes to Raw, we gonna say whatever we want to say on our podcast. We don't care who think they know what we did, what we didn't do. We don't care because we're telling you what we did and didn't do. So you can't take what me, Miss Danielle, Miss D, or Miss Shania has said on this podcast and be like, oh, well, I know them and she like it thick and she over here. Like, we told you. Right. So you can't spread anything. Exactly. Because we told you. On here. And also, we're open. We're real raw. We're transparent. So we don't care. Now, for the people who do care, if things come out like that, they're going to be concerned. They're going to be hurt. They're going to be heightened. They're going to be, how do I approach this? So like you said, it's a lot with it. And once you are a certain image, that's the foundation that people look for. Like us, our podcast is a total different service from our business, okay? Yes. Our business consists of 4 different services. Our podcast is separate. That's just our podcast. So when you come to Raw for Business, baby, we're going to give you business. We're going to give you love. We're going to give you positivity. And more than anything, we're going to give you customer service. Right. When you come to this podcast, we're going to give you real, raw, and uncut. Right. Period. Yes. So that's 2 different people. So people might be like, well, you know, on their podcast, they act this way. But in business, it's, oh, they all sweet and nice.
In reality, it's all one.
I was going to say, in reality, that's literally us. That's literally us. We can be real raw, uncut, or we can be real sweet and chill.
But different.
You just get different avenues, different avenues, different environments.
But they might look at it in one way, like you just said. Yeah. So it's like, and we don't care. We don't. We literally don't care because we're us. We're free. So I say this to say that if you are on social media, you're doing what you're doing. Shout out to you. Right. Period. But understand that social media has this one view. And if you're not stern and standing 10 toes in who you are, they're going to want to put you in this category. And you have to break loose and be free and understand who you really are. And I feel like social media, if it's too much, take your time, take a mental break. Right. One of my friends is taking a break right now for her mental state because there's so much drama and negativity, and I don't blame her at all. Shout out to my friend. Mm-hmm. But like I said, take your time.
And I agree. Like with social media, I feel like especially if you're going to be a rapper, singer, anything like that,
anything that you want to do,
influencer, you also have to understand, like you said, the social media, the world looks at you in that one view from what they see on this your show, your podcast, or whatever. Like Mr. LaTruth, if you can't handle, not them speaking specifically, but anybody in that situation or in that eye, if you can't handle certain opinions, or you're not one of those people who like people speaking on you or speaking on something and they don't know the full story, you have to take that into account because once you put yourself out here, certain situations, if anything goes awry, like Mr. LaTruth with their whole situation, when that came out, a lot of people started coming out live, family members, friends, like fans, and had their opinions on stories on what was going on. And if you can't handle that, there's also something you have to think about and take into consideration because that is going to happen with social media. Anytime something happens, because people have that opinion or that viewpoint, there are going to be people who come forward, fans, anything, who are going to have their input or story on what they, because they believe and see you in that one eye on what they think is and what theirs, and they're going to have their own narrative, and you have to be able to handle that or ready to. And sometimes for some people that can be overwhelming in a mental, like,
I was going to say, you don't even have to handle it. I mean, look at us ladies of Raw. There's plenty of things that's been said, and I'm not handling anything at all. I'm moving the fuck forward on what we're doing and what we are about and what we stand for. Like she said, I'm not checking shit.
Plenty of things that's been said about the ladies of Raw. But
we're not checking shit. We're going to just do what we're going to do, and we're just going to show the world who we are. We can't worry about 1 headed, 2 headed, 3 headed, 4 headed, 5. And the list goes on. We just can't.
Right.
We really just cannot. If we worry about how many times people have said negative things about us, put us in group chats, talked about us, tried to do some weird shit to us, which has happened, then we wouldn't be where we at. We can't stop. We can't focus on what's going on. So, again, I say this to say this. Blessings and love to everybody who's trying to make things happen, even if you on social media just for fun, family and friends. Take your mental break. Sometimes it's just not worth it. You can delete and block, delete and block, delete and block, delete and block. Fine, but after a while, the delete and block ain't gonna help you, honey. You got too much ill on your timeline. You got too much drama. You got too much negativity, and you're just not gonna want to be in the midst of that. It's going to tear you down. Somebody else, if somebody get on there every week posting fights, and you just into it, you gossiping, you feed into it, you're actually taking in that bad energy, and then you're gonna start reacting that way. People be like, no, you're not. You are. Because what you surround yourself with,
remember,
and what you
energy
take
is never
in,
destroyed, it's always
is.
transferred.
You would, don't be surprised if you start sharing fighting videos. Don't be surprised if you start getting in the midst of drama and stuff. It's that easy, baby. It's that easy.
All of a sudden, you know all the drama around town. You know everybody's business. You know
Everybody
such and
in group chats, people videoing you. It's just it's just like
And
wow.
that's why it's good to cleanse your soul, your mind, and also cleanse your friend list. Friends who have
Delete
access
them,
to your
block
page.
them.
You know, cleanse all that because nobody wants to see all that. I know when I go on my own personal social media, I don't see all that. I have been deleted all them people and etc. And if you delete yourself, I don't even know who you was. That's how much I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to
letting
stuff like that.
throw that
either.
out there as well. But just cleanse it.
And I just want to say real quick before we do end here shortly, I just want to say it is a lot of great things, again, about social media, and it is a lot of bad things about social media. You have to choose what place you're in.
Exactly.
Period. It doesn't matter because guess what? Good things are still going to happen on social media, and bad things are still going to happen on social media.
Yeah.
So you have to pick and choose your battle and which way you're going to go. And you have to stay true to self. And if you're true to self, none of this shit is even going to matter. It's going to go right over your head, and you're going to focus on the journey that you're on. Period. And that's all I wanted to say.
Yes, I love it. See, I don't even focus on the negative, even for the longest, maybe back in the day, but even before business, social media, as far as Facebook, I just stopped getting on Facebook. I may check my Facebook once or twice a year. Now, only time I get on is if it's business. That's the only time I'm on Facebook because I got tired of seeing negative or the same stuff, baby mama, baby daddy drama, the fighting and everything. I only social media I really mess with is TikTok or Snapchat and IG, like stuff like that, because I like watching funny videos. That's my go-to for social media. If it's not business, it's just I like watching how-to videos, funny videos and stuff like that. That's me. I don't do all the drama stuff. I keep my social media life simple. It's simple.
Keep it simple, keep it clean, stay protected. Just woosah.
Like I said, even if you do post on your social media,
I was gonna say, yeah, and don't think that we acting stuck on
I
the
post
bullshit.
on my social
Because
media.
no, I know y'all know I post here and there, period.
I post on my social media all the time, you know, all the time. But like
And
I said,
nothing's
it's
wrong
cleansed.
with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's cleansed, and I don't have all these negative people on mine, and I don't care for having them. If I see it, I will gladly delete you and keep you. I don't care if I end up with 5 friends. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
to me. Okay? I have no
You
problem.
don't need all the followers. You don't need all the friends. You just don't need it.
I mean,
half of these people are literally just hawking you. They're watching.
Right.
They're not
right.
supporting you. They're not doing
Right.
what they're doing. So don't even worry about none of that. You're going to get the followers and friends that you need that's placed there for a reason. All that other stuff is just, it's nonsense. Yeah.
Yes.
So I say this to say this, and we're going to end it. I think we're going to all kick it off with some advice moving forward for social media.
Yeah, that's how I give a piece of
what you do.
advice.
So we'll go ahead and start with Miss D.
My advice for social media is just do it for what you love. Keep doing, like, no matter what it is. Block out any negativity or anything like
I
that.
love that.
And make sure just keep it out. And also, do the social media for you. Whatever your personality is or what your social media needs is, stick to that and do what's for you. Don't do anything outside of, because that's when it starts getting overwhelming. It starts to be stressful.
Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. My advice would be to, like, you ladies and gents, take a mental break from social media. It's okay. You're going to be fine, girl, or guy. You're going to be safe. You know, it's not that deep. It's okay to miss a fight. It's okay to miss some drama. It's okay to not be in the mix. It's okay not to be seen. Honestly, be in a cut, breathe, take some time to yourself. Get a mental break, get your thoughts together. If you are on your personal page, I advise you to take mental health breaks with social media. If you are an entrepreneur, business owner, stay focused on the goal. Like, stay out the mix, stay focused on the goal. And if you stay focused on what you got to do and tune out all the negativity, you're going to be good. My advice is to take mental breaks from social media. It's very important. You need it. Trust me.
Yeah, I love your advice.
Yeah.
My advice would be to just use social media in the right way, the best way that's gonna bring joy into your life. Okay,
Yes.
so that would be my advice. You know, and just to take away, block all the other negativity or whatever that's been seen on your time. Take those people out. You know, you don't need. That's